it says it's showtime on here.
Oh,
And
okay.
we're live. I thought was live. It said it was showtime right here. And so I just naturally assumed it would just automatically say go live and click the button. But guys, welcome to Uplate with Shaw
Yes.
and Dell.
A
Yay, yay, yay,
special
yay.
episode. We are so excited to have our special guest coming up, Alex Harris, and he's
And
going to,
comedian Eddie Bryant will be in the
yes, yes. Oh, we have passed, so I try not to mention his name too often.
past interview. She means Papa Hines.
Exactly.
Okay, you know.
Exactly. We got his
Um,
show.
anyway, Eddie and Alex Harris will be tuning in just a minute. But until then, um, we put up the "What Would You Do" segment. You know what? I got to figure out how to work the "What Would You Do," like so that I can share my screen so that like people can see it or whatever. I'm
Oh,
trying to
right.
think.
Because
Can I put it in
you
the
need to see
comments?
that visual. You have to see
Yeah.
the visual in order to really connect to what
Can I put it in the comments? Is it in the email? Let me see.
it's on IG. Well, the post is on IG, so
Did you text me the post?
probably not. I could probably do it. Well, do I have IG on this iPad now?
No,
This is like
meaning like
this
did
is
you
like the
text
first
me the
iPad
post?
ever.
The "What Would You Do" post? Yes, you did text it to me. Hold
Oh,
on,
did
hold
I?
on.
Okay.
Let me email it to
Oh, yes, I
myself.
did because I sent you the picture
Give
of him
me
before
one
we did
second
it.
so I can email it to myself and then I can put it in the comments so we can discuss because we're gonna have Eddie B say what he would do and then Shaw is gonna give you the history of,
Of the post, yes, of
of
what
the
we were
post.
talking
Hold
about.
on, let me put
But
that
we
in
actually
comments.
had some people comment about it on our post. So,
What was it? Hold on, well, let me put it in the comments.
okay.
Let me paste this. God, guys, I love technology for this very reason alone that I can send it to myself on my phone, pull it up on my computer. Guys, it's going down. It's going just slam. Hold on for a second. Just give me 1 second to
I need
get
a
it on going.
I need
Uh,
a pillow too.
get it to myself.
But while Dell's doing that, if you guys have any question for Alex, if you're an aspiring artist or just love his music and know about him, want to ask questions, definitely put a comment in and we'll see it and we'll make sure we ask him live. I'm trying to see if I meant to share it on my page. Oh, matter of fact, while we're waiting to do that, I can share it on mine so that way.
Like, now where did I send it to? Because right now,
Like, which email was it?
oh, but I forgot. I took myself off of the Wi-Fi, so it's going to be like a lot slower. So let me just turn back on this Wi-Fi for 1 minute. Guys, I'm currently dog sitting right now for these two dogs that I love. I don't even barely be doing dog sitting anymore. I used to do it all the time. But these two babies I love so much. And I just love them so much. So I'm bagged with them. But the Wi-Fi, we had problems on our IG update before, but now we're not having any problems. Thus says the Lord, because I have just prayed on this Wi-Fi.
No, it's better. I think that we've
I
gotten through
think you
the.
needed to make the switch. You see what
I
I'm
did. So now I know what it is. Plus, I think what it is was that everybody is used to.
saying? Hold on.
That's it.
God.
Everybody knows we're at home virtually. Like this is what it is. Dogs,
This,
babies,
I'm talking
crazy
about, I don't
neighbors.
even know why I'm up sitting here like, oh, guys, the Wi-Fi, this, guys, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is.
We are all
Um,
at home.
Anyway, Sha, why don't you describe them what the post was
Okay.
about?
Well, Queen Naja, I hope I'm saying her name right. That'd be terrible. But she posted a picture of her, which when I saw it on my feed, I just thought it was Cardi B because it's her in this kind of sexual position, kind of sprawled out with her
And
butt cheek
Queen
and her
Naja
chest.
is a gospel singer. Oh,
Well,
I
no,
said it to myself. That's why.
she's not a gospel singer. She's saying gospel music. You know how everybody start out and then they do an
Okay.
R&B song and then they become a little popular and then from that their career goes off from there. And a lot of her fans, because I was reading the comments, were like so disappointed, like you don't have to do this. This is sad. You were such an inspiration and such a role model for young girls and blah blah blah. She even had to come back and say, can y'all start acting surprised when I post things like this? This is how I got these 2 babies, blah, blah, blah. So it just was funny when I saw it like that. People are really just shocked because people put people in a lane. Once you come out and have this kind of like, demure kind of way about you, then people expect you to only be that. It's almost like if Brandy did a WAP video and had that overly sexual lies video. Nobody expects that. And that's what happened with her. They put her in a lane and
I
she
put
came out.
the link in the comments too, guys. So y'all click on the comment right here. Let me show y'all one. And I was hoping the picture would show in the comments, but guys, as soon as the Lord sends us an assistant, we'll have it together.
Listen.
But guys, the Lord did send us Eddie B. Let's bring him right into the stream. Guys, my brother in comedy, funniest brother, just dropped a comedy album. Everybody needs to shift over.
Yes, Afro.
Everybody, hold on. Let me get this right here. Let's get that backlighting. That backlighting is
just
a little bit.
Let me.
Woo!
That's fine.
I mean, the Afro, somebody just, I haven't seen Eddie B in a while, y'all, but somebody has drank from the fountain of youth, found a full hairline and a bush. Everybody else is losing hair. Eddie B is actually able to grow his hair in his older age. He was losing his hair years ago, and then somehow or another,
it's doing its own thing, man. Listen,
I'm talking about. I see.
This Afro keep white people away from you when you buying groceries. You know what I mean?
Is that what it is?
They be like, let me back up and let him pick his arugula.
Right.
Let me get my little arugula together. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, ladies, I ain't going to nobody. If I got to sign a permission slip to get a haircut, then I just won't be going.
You don't do it. Or cut it ball. Have you ever done ball before?
No.
You've never done ball? I think you should do it.
I got my haircut every week type of guy. That's what I did. Every week. Yeah. So this right here, just doing this right here, just letting it's whatever.
Or do like a George Jefferson and just cut the top off and
oh hell no! You know how many? How many people my age? Let me tell you something about
wish
this.
They could grow an Afro.
You know what I mean? This is mine. Like, you know what I mean? Ain't no Beijing and it don't bleed when the sun go outside. None of that. This is mine. So,
you can get in water. You still got your dignity. It's all good.
You can only grow your hair like this if you ain't worried your mother. If you worried your mother, you bald in the mother. But right,
these are facts.
You know what I mean? So that's me. So how y'all doing? I miss y'all. I'm proud of y'all. Y'all doing y'all thing.
Thank
you. I'm always watching. I appreciate
y'all.
So
much. Thank you so much. We proud of you for dropping the comedy album.
Yes. And the socks. And the socks. I was about to forget about the socks.
And the socks. Yeah, young. And look, y'all see the t-shirt?
Oh, let me see.
Yes. What's that shirt say?
This is a picture of the album cover.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
That looks out of sight.
Yeah. So that's like, the whole thing back in. Okay. So, we come from stand up where you work on your 5, then you work on your 10, and you work on your 20, and you work on your 30, you work on your hour. So you can get an album and you get on late night and you do all this. You know what I mean? That's how we were reared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. And so then the internet came and it just went and grew into another thing.
Right.
And so the art form of long form sitting and listening for even if it's 30 minutes, we no longer do that. We're like, 2-3 minutes here, a minute there, 5 minutes there. And I got my, it's like, so, just to put out a comedy album in the fashion of how things, used to be, I think, called for the times because everything slowed down when COVID hit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So we're doing
Yeah.
things a little bit slower.
Yeah.
And so we're paying a little bit more attention or whatever. And so, you know, just to go back to the art form of setup, premise, punchline, storytelling with using, you know, nouns and verbs and descriptions and stuff like that, which is crazy, right? That's what we, you know, that's what I wanted to share.
You wanted to take that.
Yeah.
I mean, Eddie B, you really just really joined the I mean, first of all, you know, for those of y'all who don't know, Eddie B has been on We Got Next. He's been on First Amendment. He's been on BET. I'm talking about this brother has been doing some fantastic work. Not only has he done that, he is a writer for one of the most popular radio shows in DC.
Yeah.
He has produced so many shows. Like, he has been the go-to person in DC. When LOL had a comedy club, Eddie B was managing and booking and raising money. I go to this brother to figure out how to market my latest project because he is such a marketing genius. And I love so much your taking control of your own career. You know, like you have landed on television from taking control of your career off of television. And that's what we all have to do, you know.
But
artists, comedians, you know, we can take advantage of owning our own stuff because we create it. Like, you know, we sitting in the house or we riding with in the car or whatever, and you coming up with all this stuff and you want to share it with the world. And then a label comes and try to give you like, oh, we give you this check.
Yeah.
With comedians, we love the check.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, when the check, oh, give me the check quick.
Yeah.
Versus, all right, let me just go from A to Z on my own and just try to do something just on my own.
Yeah.
Right. And so the album was just an example of, all right, cool. I can own my own publishing. I can own the label that it comes out. I can distribute it myself. I can pay for the artwork. There's an actual artist that I paid that did this. And so be able to, you know, just take ownership of the whole project and then put it out there. And the response from the people has been, I'm so thankful because they actually supported it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like every show that when COVID hit, 100% of the shows got canceled.
Yeah.
Right? Dropped the album. It replaced the money that we lost on all of the shows.
Yeah.
People wanted it. They needed
Right?
it.
So this, and it's like, you know, because the people gonna hold you down. All you gotta just do your part. Just do your part.
Yeah.
It's almost like you have to approach this business from like that aspect of being an independent artist. Like you have to go and do it yourself because you know, like you said, you don't have no record label that's coming out to you saying, "He'll be signing you." You have to create it and make your own space. So when people do give you the check, you got your ownership of it already. So that's awesome.
You know, even when like the only difference between the independent artist and the record label is the label puts the marketing behind the stuff. But even when they put the marketing behind the stuff, you still gotta get your independent ideas going. You gotta come up with tactics on how to when they do put money behind stuff. You know, you gotta have the right ideas so they can decide to put money behind the stuff because people get shelved, you know, in labels all the time as well. So it's just such testament to, you know, it's a long time coming, and you have joined the legends of the, you know, Richard Pryors and the Robin Harris's, you know, with having the comedy album. You know what I'm saying? Like, because before, like right now, it's all about the comedy special because that's where, you know, we have specials, but like to have a comedy album like that back in our day when we was growing up, I listened to Robin Harris's Baby Kiss on album. That thing, it was literally like I had to in my brain, and it was hilarious. And I'm talking about I knew it like a song. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So
What did
you
you
was
learn? What
listening to
did you
Robin
learn?
Harris, Baby Kids. We had Richard Pryor's That Nigga's Crazy. We had Cheech and Chong's album. We had all of Red Fox, everything Red
Yeah,
Fox
was on album.
was on the joint.
Yeah.
Right.
And so because my dad had a record collection that was crazy. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? We get our hands on a whole bunch of stuff. So it was like, let's just take it back, you know, and slow it down and put something out where it was cool. And then like nobody's really making money off of albums, right?
Right. Yeah.
So boom, and
Singles.
everybody got a t-shirt, right?
Yeah.
So boom. So that's when I came out with the socks. I'm gonna pull one off. Wait a minute.
You got the whole outfit on.
Yeah, you gotta. When I
Oh,
be in the grocery store, be like, "Hey, go buy my album. I'm my own billboard."
Now all you need is some boxes. Get yourself some boxes.
I got some. Hey, y'all right about that. So this is one.
Yes,
that is hot. That is so hot.
Right.
Oh my God.
And
That
it
is
tells
so
the
hot.
story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if you see that. You remember the LOL logo?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
I see it.
And then, you know, it's all sorts of stuff. So when people saw me with the socks, they were like, you buy the socks, you get the album with the socks.
Yeah.
So boom,
That's
they had no
great.
problem with supporting it. And I actually made a sale
Yeah.
of an actual digital product.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so just understanding the how to go from A to Z so that when bigger things come, you can be like, oh, you got some understanding.
Well, what have you learned about yourself through your comedy journey that you kind of had like kind of introspect about it, but then recent times? What did you learn about it?
I didn't do it by myself. Everything is it's all about the audience.
Yeah.
It's all about making sure they good. So, you know, one thing about my folks is they know, like, all right, Eddie throwing a show, I got him. I'm gonna bring the best that I can possibly get. They're gonna come have some fun. They're gonna turn you on.
Yeah.
Cool. And they coming to laugh. My crowd, everybody know, you know, my crowd is like, they ain't like coming to heckle or whatever. They really appreciate the art form of stand up.
Right.
You know,
They
it's not necessarily
come
about
in,
the
they paying top dollar. They dress to the nines and they want to laugh.
They want to.
You bring the fun.
Yeah.
Eddie,
So it's about the fun.
Yeah. We have to wrap it up, you know, because we have our next guest arriving. But here's what I want to give you a last minute to say, and I want to say to Alex, we see you backstage. This, you know, your marketing strategy, like guys, Eddie needs to teach a course. I'm talking about, I'm in class when I talk to Eddie B on the phone every single time. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally like, Eddie B, hold on, let me write this down.
Notes.
What I love about Eddie B's marketing journey with this album is he put just a few of his tracks on the outlet store and then ran everybody back to his website. Whereas like we're putting all of our music, you know, that's what I did. I put all of my stuff onto Spotify and then you get, you know, a half a cent per every 1,000, you know, streams. And, you know, immediately when I talked to you, I was like, yeah, I'm not even going to worry about advertising and get y'all to go to Spotify. I'm about to, like, I went and changed my Spotify profile to be like, yo, before you go any further, get to my website immediately. You know what I'm saying?
Immediately go to my website.
Yes. Yeah. I just want to let you speak to that and give some advice to the comedians and the people who, even artists, you know, singers and everybody else who's, you know.
Well, I mean, you know, that type of understand that how the end goal is to find your audience, right? And as an artist, we all want to live off of our art. That's one of the goals. It's like, if this is sustain my living, cool. Thank you, God. I'll share it as long as it's able. I can live.
Right.
But when they got us traveling, and I got $200, and it cost me $400 to get here. You know what I mean? And all of that. So it's like, just try to get the people to understand that, okay, this is how you can support if you like what I do. And so make sure you got a website, make sure it's functionable, make sure that you can control it, make sure that you're able to send the people to you, communicate directly to them. And then that way, you can build from there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's what I would say.
That's great advice.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for
Appreciate y'all. Up next with Shondell. It's your boy Eddie Bryant. Stay tuned.
And y'all make sure y'all go to the EddieBryantShow.com to get Eddie Bryant live in DC. His comedy album is available right now. He's got his socks there. He's got everything he's doing there. The EddieBryantShow.com. Let me put it up on our screen real fast so you can go right to his website.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Eddie.
Thank you.
Looking forward to talking to you again on Uplate with Shondell.
Love y'all. Peace.
God bless you. Love you too.
Yeah, guys, I'm talking about And the Party Don't Stop. Alex Harris has just joined us backstage, and we're about to bring him on. First of all, Sha, I want you to give him the proper introduction.
Absolutely. Alex Harris is a modern soul singer with gospel roots. He has shared the stage with the likes of performers of Al Green, Aretha Franklin, John Legend, her, Brandy, just a long list of other people. And his voice is like melted butter. But we are so honored to have with us here with us tonight, Alex Harris.
Alex,
how are you doing?
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Doing great.
You better be in your office with the diploma up there in the background. Is that yours?
What now?
Is that your diploma in the background there on the wall?
No, I'm actually at a studio.
Okay.
We've been working, so I thought I got to get on this show. So right on set, offset rather. I wanted to do this. We've been extremely busy, just making good music, and working around COVID has been nothing less than a project.
Yeah,
making it happen.
That's a project in itself.
Stay safe and grateful, and keep everyone in our environment safe. So, just encouraging everybody to stay safe out there for sure.
Yeah.
That's why we have these vehicles for you to join us. Thanks. So.
Alex, first of all, I just knew you was gonna have this Southern drawl when you first came in, and I'm like, I'm reading reading all up on you, listen to all your music on YouTube, listen to your cover songs, and I'm like, oh, this is a good Southern man. And then I hear you talking, it's just like, and COVID is really one of the
I've gotten that all my life. I don't know. I guess because I don't know. I just grew up. Some of my siblings, we have this kind of Southern drawl. Some of us do not as much, but I love it. And you'll hear it if you're around me long enough, though. Don't fool. It comes out. It's like, I got it.
That's family, right?
You're like, oh, there he is. There he is, right there.
There he is. They say, there go Manchester. Georgia. So there go. Yeah, that's what we say.
I was listening to your music. First of all, rolling had me rolling. I just love your music so much.
Thank you.
So good.
When I listen to your voice, I think of Dave Hollister. I think of Anthony Hamilton. I think of
great
big
artists.
Earthy voices with this, it's almost like your voice. You sing steak and potatoes, because it's such girth to your voice. That's who I compare you to. Who do you compare yourself to?
Well, I'm, as most artists we don't like to compare ourselves, but I could tell you that my influences coming up, my foundation was Al Green, Pastor Shirley Caesar, because my father's a pastor, was called Pentecostal Church in Georgia, and so we grew up long revivals and and learning how to do the quartet and all that. So when you hear It's very authentic. I say it this way: when you think about soul music, there are some people who are inspired by it. There are some people who mimic it, but then there's a difference when you have a soul experience. And I was so fortunate to have a soul experience, so all the way down to the food: collard greens, cornbread, fried chicken,
It's deep in there.
fish fries on Saturday night. So it was so all that really is a part of who I am, and I'm so grateful that I have to celebrate that with this recording that I've done. So I'm glad you.
So how was that growing up as a preacher's kid? Were you rebellious, or did you kind of make sure you were like, all right, whatever
I
Papa
think I was
says?
pretty. No, I made sure I stay on the straight and narrow. I didn't want to get the wrath of my father. But
Brad,
but
AKA
that was great though. In retrospect, I'm so grateful because it has helped me understand the importance of, especially in any industry, but this is the one I can speak of because I'm in integrity, commitment, and it's not always good. You're going to find great people, and I've been so blessed to work with amazing people and to attract that kind of energy into my life because of I credit it to my father and mother.
Yeah. Now, I was looking on your website, and you've been a lead singer since you were 7 years old.
Wow.
Singing with your brothers. I guess you guys, it was all your brothers because it said, it was
Yeah.
six of
Five
you.
boys, three girls. It's eight of us. So
Wow.
all four of my brothers and one of our god brothers, we were all in a group together. It was called Eight Boys and Girls, and later we changed our name to A7.
Oh,
And
wow.
we put out music, traveled every summer. It was music, faith, and education. So those are the
Yeah.
three things that really our parents focused on, and that's what we really embraced. And
Yeah.
I'm so grateful because now I have a chance to share it with the world.
Yeah. I love how you got all these great projects going on. Shah, you were mentioning that he has, um, what was the latest thing you were doing with the teenage?
Oh, the
Well, the
teen
Arts Conservatory
conservatory
for
for
Teens.
teens.
Yeah.
Yes. You're
Oh yeah, so the Arts Conservatory for Teens is something that came about because of my upbringing. The power of the arts, it can change, it can save lives, and it really was a lifesaver for my siblings and me. And so, when I was a teenager, I had this vision to have this organization, and then of course after going to college, I developed the Arts Conservatory for Teens. Met some great people. My gentleman became my business partner in launching it, and my founding board members, and which one of my founding board members was one of my brothers. And so I was able. Now we reach over 2,500 students every year.
wow.
I'm talking about students who generally would not have the access to the opportunity to excel socially, mentally, or academically. And one of the focus when we started the organization, my team and I, was high school graduation because the school dropout was so accelerating so much.
Mhm.
So when we started, we focused on that, and I'm so happy to say that today we have 100% high school graduation rate for diplomas. 90% of those students go on to higher education institutions. I'm talking about and starting and launching careers on Broadway. I have students
Oh, nice.
through our program who are now working with major television networks, who are working with major production companies, as well as dance companies from Houston Ballet, and others are entrepreneurs and educators, are enlisting into the military or armed forces. And so I am really grateful that I was able to utilize my gift, my creative gift, and share it with those who generally would not have that access. So we are grateful that we're able to grow and impact. I'm talking about hundreds of students
That's amazing.
every year, and the parents and the families are able to embrace some of them. Our organization become that resource to the family in the single parent home, and others where both parents are and they just don't have all the means. We've been able to help students go travel abroad, meet people, and those artists, or if they're in town and I'm performing on there, they get a chance to go backstage and hear their stories. We have master classes where they get a chance to do global learning. So as you can see, I get excited about this because we come from a small town, and we're fortunate to have parents to take whatever little they're talking about making ends meet, whatever they can get to help us achieve. And so that's my way of my gratitude and honoring my parents, as well as my own journey and giving back.
That's amazing. So one of the things I saw as one of your mantras is being follow up and follow through. What are
Yes.
some of the other things that you live by that you even tell to your students, the kids at the conservatory?
I say that I eat when I'm hungry, I sleep when I'm tired, and I get it done. That means, some you have to, and that's a truth to me, because when doing music and doing what you have to be committed, you have to be dedicated, but you also have to sleep when you're tired, you have to eat when you're hungry, and you have to get it done. You can't linger in either space more than you need to, right? And I think that's part of my commitment to my own truths, which I've discovered, and living out that. And so when I talk about frequency, which is the name of the EP, I'm talking about raising those frequencies that we have internally, and connecting with that positively externally.
That's good. Sometimes people think that you're supposed to just not eat, not sleep, just because it's in terms of feeling dedicated, you're supposed to not feel that way. So that's good that you
gotta have a balance.
Yeah, have the balance.
Yes.
Let's talk about eating more, Alex.
Well, I learned how to cook back home. All of us.
I was about
gotta be a requirement, right?
What are you putting down in the kitchen? Because I know for a fact you ain't coming from Georgia and not putting it down in the kitchen. What's your best meal to cook? What's your favorite meal to cook?
Let me tell you, I can cook fish and grits.
Okay.
I gotcha. Yeah. You get the right grease, and you have to for frying. And also, I can cook collard greens.
All right.
All right.
Are you putting smoked necks in there? Because collard greens, you can't make water and that's it. You got to put a little neck in there. Is that your specialty?
I usually use turkey neck.
Okay, we can do that. We can take a turkey.
Yeah. So I haven't got my cornbread game down, but I know good cornbread when I eat it. But I can cook a mean corn and butter it up.
Okay.
So yeah. I'm telling you, my beef ribs.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I made some this past back in May on Memorial Weekend, and my brother wanted. I said, "Hey, you can come over because I'm gonna." He lives in the same city I live in, which is Tampa, Florida. My other siblings live elsewhere, so he said, "Oh man," he called me the next day. He was like, "Man, I got home and I told him." Beef ribs. We're from the South, and we tag. And I'm telling you, so I enjoy cooking. I enjoy anything in the creative space, and I was more inspired for cooking when I learned that Ray Charles cooked fried chicken. I love Ray Charles. A soul singer can be a soul singer if you don't know how to at least cook, right?
Yeah. Besides cooking, what else do you do for fun? I mean, how do you just?
I love fishing. I love fishing. I love bike riding. I love the bike rides.
Oh, you and Dale can get out there.
I am a bike ride queen.
And I'll be at the end,
I love
the finish line cheering y'all on. That'll be my role.
I love bike riding. I love doing other things, going to see other performers at concerts, museums, art exhibits, fun stuff. That's really cool. Jogging. I do play baseball. I used to be really good at basketball growing up. I haven't played as much, but I can play though.
So you're a really good person. You probably ain't got a vice. So let me ask that question, because it seems like always people who have that kind of gospel roots background. Do you have a vice at all? A vice.
No, I don't have a vice. I've been fortunate and blessed not to do it. Somebody taught me when I was a teenager coming up. They said you don't make bad habits on the road, and so those wisdoms stuck with me, and having that has really kept me focused, and I think too it has helped me with the energy of being around in the space and working with other teenagers to help them with those things, to steer them, advise them, and our instructors and team that work with them in that regard. So I'm grateful about that.
So let me just sum it up, Alex. You're perfect. You cook.
Right. Exactly.
Nobody's not perfected.
No, well, I don't want to even say it like, because I'm a comedian, so I'm always like joking or whatever. Um, but I did want to ask you, which middle child characteristic did you take for yourself? Because it says you're the middle child of 8. Which middle child characteristic? Do you know how people be like, oh, that's because he's a middle child? That's because she's a middle. Which characteristic do they say that, which?
Well, they go my siblings and other people on both ends of the spectrum. One is that they think I'm bossy. That
Okay.
there's a vice or not, but it's
That's the vice.
That's it. You got to tell everybody what to do.
The control.
and yeah.
So even if your brother didn't like
brothers,
those ribs, you was gonna make them like
my brothers say don't do the wrong thing. Alex, he that says that if you strike the wrong chord, it's like singing the wrong chord, the wrong note.
Okay.
And especially covered up, because I was like, the middle. I'm so passionate about what I do, and if you were in the choir, even in church, you heard jokes about church choir guys, and ladies, they the mean people. Like say, one lady say, "I'll tell you out the frame." I used to have people come to my dad's church, and man, God bless them. They wanted to sing, so you don't turn them away,
Right.
and so I would get so upset. And my mother would tell me, Alex, you can't be getting upset like that, because people not gonna want to hear you sing if you be getting mad.
He was like, it's the Alex show.
Oh man, I used to get fired on, man, and I used to turn and say, with the drummer if they not. So I kind of I tamed that part of me down and said it's okay. Everybody makes mistakes, and so if I was to say, that would be a vice of mine for sure. I love music so much, and I always have to. I hear my mom, and I remember we were in the kitchen, was little, about saying that people not going to hear you singing if you acting like that. So I remember those. It's funny how we remember certain things, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And your voice in your head.
Yeah, the little voice. And so that's definitely one of many voices. Keep me on the straight and narrow for sure. And but what the other things? I think they say that I balance, especially with the sisters and the brothers. Sometimes there was me, and I'm in the middle. I'm really cool with the sisters, and I'm cool with my brothers as well. And then the younger brothers and the older brothers, they can't be in the same room too long.
Oh, that's how it always is.
So I'm like, cool with my younger siblings, as cool as my older siblings. And then it's like, so I have a little three-way, balanced thing going on there. And
do your siblings work with you? Are you singing with any of them?
Oh yeah. So my youngest brother, he is a phenomenal producer, and my got two younger brothers and a younger sister as well. But my two younger brothers, they work with me. One is a musical arranger and coach and director. And he's worked with everybody. A lot of people, I should say everybody, a lot of people, and pretty much every major television network. And then my youngest brother's a Grammy Award-winning producer, works for her. With her. Yeah, they are producing on this one. We co-produce together, and I'm playing on this, and we get along. One brother's an attorney. He works does work for one of my companies as well, and he also served on our foundation board. And then the oldest brother is a professor. He's a professor, and he's the president of the university. We don't work as much together unless we're doing something for our parents' church back home. Where it's my home church too. I didn't say my parents' church, but the church that they pastored and started, and that we work for. And then my sisters, we don't do as much in music. The youngest sister, she's an actress and sister. So, actress and singer. And so we work together, and she has done some background and some duet stuff with me at live shows.
That's awesome.
So we all get along. We have our own chat group. We have a group me chat, and we talk literally every day. Somebody is going, and our nieces and nephews we always up to date on what they are doing and what they wore today.
Well, that must have been some serious rearing in your family. If you had 8 siblings and all of y'all are like these phenomenal people, it was only 3 of us, and I'm always like, oh, what did my brother do today? So
I can say our parents did they were good, and I think people ask us what do your parents do? I think a couple of things. One is faith was very front and center for us, and it was it was sometimes you hear was I can't say was forced. I think that would have created a resistance, and I think they did a good job in presenting it and in such way that put that that desire to embrace, and secondly, I think that we they really worked to make sure that we all work together and no one was treated better than the others. So I think at least I'm saying that somebody else may say something different. So sometimes you will be like talking about a comedy. If you saw the brothers, like we used to have people rolling because we'll be like going at it and talking loud over each other. People say, I think you're gonna hurt each other. And then next thing you know, we're talking like we never because it's not that we like necessarily anger at each other. We just talk loud and use our hands to be like, I'm probably the quietest when all of them start talking, especially one of the youngest when they talk really loud.
Yeah, what have you seen?
But I sing really loud. I have to reserve my voice. I sing really.
I'm so glad we got back to your voice because I was getting ready to ask you, what can we expect with the EP? The EP frequency drops October 9th, and that's Friday, right?
That's Friday.
Yes. I mean, what can we expect from on the EP? Because right now we've got a bunch of soul, we've got a bunch of humanitarian, we've got some civil rights, we've got a lot of things that you're talking about, through your music. What can we expect with?
Yeah, so I think you're gonna hear a lot of passion. It's a song and everything that you spoke about because it is reflective. This EP was birthed during the pandemic, right? At the time of the national lockdown, we were just gearing up to I was flying back and forth New York, LA, and really working on the project. So here comes the pandemic, and then everything stops, and then this fear factor sits in, and was like, what we do now?
Right.
So after pulling myself together in pieces and a call management and my brothers who were producing, and so I ordered equipment. I didn't have an audio engineer, so I had to learn how to set up. So I'm like FaceTiming, trying to figure out how to use this equipment, the computers and stuff. So it really, I think when you hear the record, you're going to hear that passion that I allowed to come through, that you develop from struggle. And when you think about soul music, it was developed in the 50s and 60s. I mean, especially for African Americans, and in America, on these soils, I should say, a lot of struggle, and we still do. And so that pandemic hits, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and all of that is coming through. I have songs that talk about finding love, being in love, and I think a lot of that we experienced a lot of that during the pandemic. In fact, one of my brothers found love. Oh. During the quarantine, I call it COVID love.
That's right.
I'm sure you all have jokes on the COVID love, but and then I did one about social justice that addressed that, called Humanity. Roland, I didn't write that one, but I connected with that song because it was so much connection for me because of the message and where I was. Falling for you is love, finding love, and being in love. And realizing that when is one thing when you haven't found it, there's another thing when you find it, and then everything is as if time stands still. Every day, over and over and over again, where it's falling into and being vulnerable to love. And then a song about family is called Entangled. I call it the family reunion song, and Feel Some Kind of Way, which also has something to do. So it's a lot of feel good dance, something you can cuddle to, something you can dance in the backyard to barbecue to.
I love that.
So it's a really eclectic body of work, but it's definitely speaks to the human experience, and I think it's very relevant to where we are. and also to where we're going. So I'm excited about it. And tomorrow night I'm doing a live performance. I hope you're going to tune in.
Oh, we will.
Where?
It's streaming live on YouTube. It's a live concert for the album release, and I'm gonna come with it. I'm gonna come with it. So I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need
Well,
you.
have your people
I need you in
DM
the
us the
audience.
link. Have them DM us the link so we can post it on our page too as well.
I'll make
Yes.
sure that you get the link.
Yeah.
So all your audience and those who watching, just go to YouTube right now and type in the search engine Alex Harris Frequency. Save it as a reminder, and it's going to be streaming live.
Okay, cool. We'll
I'm
put it on
telling
the
you.
page.
Oh
Well,
my
I've been working. I've been practicing and working hard to bring it to you tomorrow night.
I just
So,
can't wait because I was just going to say I can't wait to see you in person. So I'll settle for the live stream because when I was listening to your voice earlier, I
mhm.
said you have a kind of voice that make people feel like things are going to be okay. And I just was like, like we need this. We need a voice like yours. And I guess it goes back to your roots. So applaud you for all that you're doing in your
Thank you.
endeavor and your music because
Yes.
I'm drawn to what you're doing right now. So I
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
it.
I really appreciate you all. I really appreciate you all having me on tonight, and all those who are listening. And I look forward to tomorrow night. Now, y'all hang around if you're watching, because after I finish performing tomorrow night, I'm gonna hop on and chat with everybody who hang around
Okay.
for a few minutes. So invite your friends. You'll be able to copy and paste the link to as a watch party on Facebook as
Oh,
well.
wonderful. We'll do that.
So popcorn, wine, what you feel like. I don't know if
All my
popcorn and
vices.
wine go together, but
All my vices. Popcorn and wine does go together. Trust me.
oh, whatever. Uh, whatever that feels good. It's feel good music, but it's about love and hope and healing.
I love it. Oh,
Well, thank you so much for joining us
Oh,
today
thank
on
you.
Uplate with Shidell. We will be sure to post the link, and God bless you so much in
God
your
bless you
endeavor.
all. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
and make sure you check him out on all things as Alex. Give me your links to your social media. I know Instagram is Alex Harris Official.
Yeah.
Right?
And let me make it easy for everybody. AlexHarrisOfficial.com. And there are all of my social media handles: Facebook,
Perfect.
Instagram, Twitter, and whatever you enjoy being on. I would love to connect with you, be in touch, and I post all the time and keep you in the loop on what's happening. So thank you all for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
Have a
much.
great night.
All right. Good night.
Okay.
Okay, good night. Guys, we told you Shot and Dale is cooking up a storm. First of all, thank you so much to Eddie
Yes.
Bryant, to
Yes.
Alex Harris. It's I'm just loving that the Uplate with Shot and Dale
I
interview.
know it.
Interview.
I was want to go ask him to sing, but I know when he said he was trying to preserve his voice, I was like,
I
I
was
guess.
first of all, you saw me shy. I was like, let me just hold back. I don't know if we have the same sense of humor. Plus, I'm over here battling with this eyelash. Like, if this eyelash don't leave me alone during this interview, you know what I'm saying? I got to focus on, getting the classy wipe on. I'm doing one of these like Real Housewife wipes. You know what I'm saying?
And it's funny though because it is one of those things when you try to gauge a person's personality. Because I was like,
Yes.
he probably won't get everything we say, so let's probably
And
let's keep this
it
real.
was
Let's
a
keep this real
delay too.
Essence magazine-ish.
And it was a real it was a delay when we were
Asking
like
stuff,
with
yeah.
things. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just so grateful to have him on. I'm glad that we did get, to laugh with him or whatever. But his voice, y'all, let me tell y'all something.
It's
It
serious.
doesn't matter if we share the same sense of humor. We definitely share the same sense of music because that voice, girl, I turned that voice on and I had it on the like loudspeakers coming through.
Oh, really?
I was
It's
like, is he?
yeah.
Is he singing?
It's so amazing though because talking to him and then you hear his voice, you like, it's so amazing though. That's why I kind of was like,
Yeah.
I need to get a little test of that, but we'll check him out tomorrow.
Yeah, no, y'all
So,
be sure to check him out tomorrow. This brother's doing this thing. He's an entrepreneur. He's for the kids.
yeah.
His faith is, he's going by faith. And, I just really appreciate him operating in righteousness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
And being a good guy.
yep. And guys, if you don't know, now you know that Up Late with Shy and Dell is back. Also, make sure you're following us. Make sure y'all subscribing. And make sure y'all following us on IG at Up Late TV Show.
Yes.
Let me just put that on the screen real fast.
And I know I saw, I can't, Cornbread. It's so funny he mentioned Cornbread. I saw he was one of the people watching tonight. So shout out to Cornbread for watching tonight.
Okay, thank you so much, Cornbread, for checking us out. Also, too, thank you so much to Eddie Bryant. Y'all make sure y'all follow at Eddie Comedian on IG. Go to his website, the EddieBryantShow.com, because that's a brother that we definitely gonna have back. He is so fun. I love Eddie B so much. And I really love the lessons that he brought, today on Up Late.
And it's true. He has lessons in terms of everybody can translate to different types of businesses. So not just comedy. If you're trying to do something in other sectors, take a listen to it for sure.
Okay, guys. We'll see y'all next time on Up Late with Shy and Dell, and we'll definitely see y'all Monday on IG Live on the Up Late update. So, we'll see y'all.
Bye.